Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kentman, and I have not stopped thinking about this new Venice Vacation Prism Dead or Alive Extreme game. I've done so much research since the last trailer and video I made for Elise that I've become a Dead or Alive scholar at this point. And I've discovered a lot of new things, some things that's very strange, some new evolving things about how the game is going to be, and certain features that's going to be part of the game that I completely overlooked. And we just got a lot to talk about. But first, I want to start off by saying that I was completely right about this game. First of all, we have to understand that this is a separate game from Venice Vacation. This is a completely different game. Venice Vacation is the mobile game, gacha game that you can summon in, get all your characters, fancy outfits, play all the kind of games, and it's on PC and DMM games and all that jazz. It's a game that came out way back in 2017 and has gone on to this day. And we'll be actually talking about that game a little bit more later down in the video, but just know Prism is a completely separate game from Venice Vacation, and it's going to be an immersive dating simulator where you go on dates with 6 girls and try to win their hearts as the owner of an island. And as I was looking at where this game is going to be sold from PS5, PS4, Steam, and DMM games, as we all know about Dead or Alive games recently, they haven't been coming to the West. As you know, they are a little bit more raunchier games. They do a little bit more extreme things in the game, like tugging on the swimsuits and the outfits, watching them in swimsuits. That, I mean, nothing that's too crazy that we haven't seen in other games before, but for some reason the Western companies and publishers have a hate boner for fan service games. We understand that. But the one thing we were wanting to know, because they have been addressing that it will be coming for PS5 and PS4 and Steam, but will it be region locked to the certain areas? And they use certain wordings that it will be sold in Japan and Asia countries with English subtitles. And as I was doing some more research, I discovered something very interesting. So let's go over here. This is the game right here waiting to be added to your wish list. It has a plan for a 2025 release date, not saying a specific date in general, but a release year and window of when it's going to be coming out, which we already knew about that information. But the interesting part about this, you cannot see this unless you have a VPN. And that is very interesting to me. Now, does it mean that this game will be region locked and you have to use a VPN to play it? Or is it going to change once it gets closer to the time this game is going to be released? Because I mean, we still have 3 more characters to go, so we still have some time. 2025 is not even here yet. I mean, it's going to be close. I mean, we're only like 3 months away before that actually happens. 2 months? No, we're in October. 2 months away before that happens. No, either way, we're very close to 2025, and so we're going to be hearing things about this game very soon. I'm from the US, and if you're logged into Steam with a VPN, you cannot see this game, which is very odd to me. Very, very odd. Now, I haven't checked DMM, but there has been a few comments on my last video telling me that they have checked on DMM games and they haven't been able to find it without a VPN. And it makes me wonder if you actually will have to buy it elsewhere. And the only way you can see the game is if you're not logged into Steam, and it is available to add to your wish list. It has all the things that you need to know, stuff that we already knew, but it's an immersive adventure dating game. You know, you get to have a nice good memento with your girls, photograph, which will come back to that key moment right there, and just a bunch of stuff that you need to know about the game. But you can't see it unless you use a VPN, and you can't be logged into Steam to see it. Okay, so things that makes a lot more sense is that it will maybe be region locked and that you will have to use a VPN to buy it, or you have to go to other places. And I wanted to look and see if that was the case. And here it is right here. PlayAsia already has a copy available for pre-order that you can buy. Unless this is a typo or a misprint or whatever, this is right here. I refresh the page, it doesn't go anywhere. It is going to be $70, and it has Asia and Japan here, and it's already available for pre-order because the game will be sold through PlayAsia if you want to. And it hasn't shown up on AmiAmi yet, but AmiAmi works a little different than PlayAsia. It doesn't really add stuff to their website until it's like already confirmed that it's going to be coming out with a release date and stuff like that. This has a release window, so it doesn't really say when it's going to be coming out. It's just that you can pre-order it a little bit earlier if you want it. So if people who wants to pre-order the new Venice Vacation Prism Dead or Alive Extreme, you can do that right here. And this is the PS5 version, which technically I wouldn't recommend because you already know that the game is going to be censored. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say because like, even if it is in Japan, PlayStation still tries to dictate how creators and publishers makes their games on their console, despite if they're from the US or Japan. So it's hard to say if this version will be censored. I'm not going to say it is, just to, you know, save face, because I don't want to give out misinformation. But I will say it is available for PS5 right here, and I don't know if the PC version is available as of yet right now, and it's also PS4 down here as well. So it's also very interesting to me that this game is seemingly marking itself to be more of a Western release, but we haven't seen it shown up on any of the Western markets for Steam or PS5 or anything like that, which I wouldn't expect it to because it's still a little early before the game is coming out. You know, we're still only getting little pieces of information. But the one thing that I am just curious about more is how come we haven't seen any gameplay about this game? And so it made me think a little bit more about how this game is going to play, how this game is going to run. What are you actually doing? I know they say it's an immersive dating adventure, but what does that really mean? Because that's not really a thing ever. You know, it hasn't been a thing. Yes, there's dating simulators and there are adventures. I guess if you count dating simulators as an adventure, as you're going on a love adventure, I guess that makes a lot of sense, but it still doesn't explain a lot of stuff. So as I was like poking around, looking at different things for, you know, Venice Vacation, I noticed something on the Venice Vacation Prism Dead or Alive wiki page. Now, just take this for all a grain of salt. At least that's what I thought. Until you scroll all the way down and read the trivia, and it says the game first was teased when announcing the live stream on the Tokyo Game Show, although because the title used Extreme Venice Vacation new project, initially left out Dead or Alive. It was left to ambiguous as to whether it was going to branch out from Dead or Alive. So it made me start to think that maybe originally when this game was first being developed and made, that they didn't really want to make it part of the Dead or Alive franchise. And that makes kind of a lot of sense of the roster when you think about it, that they're all brand new characters within the game. But also what made me think is that I didn't realize that they showed this off at Tokyo Game Show 2024 this much. And it made me wonder if this actually was true. So I went and found what they were talking about, and it led me into other things. Now, I did watch this presentation, but only up to this point of the Dynasty Wars origin stuff and the Atelier stuff. That's the most of the stuff I was here for, because I wasn't expecting them to release anything else. But I was wrong. And when you first go here, it does say that. Now, a little bit later after all this, they do announce the name as being Venice Vacation Prism Dead or Alive Extreme. But at first, when they presented it on screen, it was just Venice Vacation New Project. So it makes it seem like they don't want this to be included as a Dead or Alive game. It's a separate game. It's its own franchise, essentially. Like, the Venice Vacation is a separate entity from the Extreme games, but they realized that they still need to market the game and sell it, so they added on the subline of the Dead or Alive Extreme, even though it doesn't really feel like an Extreme game. But so I watched a little bit more, and then they were explaining more about Prism and talking about Misaki and other things and showing off beautiful locations in the game. And then they actually showed something that is very interesting, and that is actual gameplay. Actual gameplay. Now, you can go to this as you want. I'll link in the description down below that you can check it out for yourself if you choose to do so, if you want to go through and read everything they said. But I did use a Google Translate to understand what they're saying. She's pretty much saying that it was fun to help you. And the thing about this game has choices. You have different choices that you can make with the girls. You're trying to go on dates with these girls. You're pretty much a bona fide photographer, taking pictures of romantic scenes, them in swimsuits or in the regular outfits, and just trying to win brownie points to get to a certain event in the end. And that is essentially the game. Now, they haven't really elaborated on other things you may be able to do. Their course could be, you know, the typical rock climbing, the volleyball, butt battles, and all that other jazz that will probably be in the game. But as of right now, the most thing that you're going to be doing is taking photos of the girls. Essentially, if you guys ever seen the Super Sonico game that came out from Jazz, if you are, you know, part of the Fanservice Degenerate Club that I am part of, you know that game was essentially you being a photographer, taking different poses and elaborate things about Super Sonico. And I think this is going to be that kind of same principle. So like, you go through and she's talking about, you know, the day was very fun. This is a nice sunset. They're talking about having a nice dinner and stuff like that. And then it pops up this in the corner of a photography camera. And if you press square, you can go into photography mode. Other things that's on the bottom, if you want to know, is that this is, let me actually pull up my Google Translate because I kind of forget what everything says. Hold on. This says L3 is chart, camera option, photographer, simple shooting, and triangle is, log. And then R1 is like, no, that's L3. Sorry, the CC stuff is in the way. But it's pretty much your basic functions are bringing up the camera and showing the log and skip and all that jazz. But then it brings up the camera, and now you have all these camera options, which are in English, by the way. So you can understand. So again, this game will be sold with English subtitles and English fonts and language, so you can understand the Asia version of the game. And you're pretty much taking photography photos of Misaki. And you have other choices that will lead you into saying like, did it turn out well? Did the photo do great? And then she's like, oh, I want to spend a little more time with you. And then so she's like, oh, look at the sunset. So you take out your camera, you're looking at the sunset with her, also taking a picture of her. And it's essentially, you're just a bona fide cosplay photographer. And like, I'm not mad at that. Like, that seems like a fun, simple game. But also, I want to know what other activities that you'll be able to do. And I'm sure they're going to explain all this in the future. But like, it is very interesting how they're going about it. Like, you see all the different choices that you get to make. And again, you're trying to win brownie points with the girls to get, you know, further into the dates, and as well as take really good photos of the girls within the game. And that is the first actual gameplay we was able to see, and this came back out in August of 2024, so it was always here. Now, when it comes to the other activities in the game, you can base it off of Venice Vacation of some things that they'll probably bring over from the previous game, from, like I said, rock climbing and butt battles. Maybe volleyball will be there, but maybe if they're going for the immersive dating vacation experience with a one-on-one interaction with a girl, I don't see volleyball making it as a activity you can do, because it's not like a romantic thing you do. Unless you're like super sportsy and, you know, competitive, then maybe it could be, but like, I don't really see that being an activity that you would do on a date, you know? But maybe, it's hard to say. But it also got me thinking about other characters that will be announced for the game. There's 3 more slots that's going to be in the game, because it's going to have 6 characters that you can choose. Right now, you can choose between Masaki, who's the main character, essentially the mascot of the Extreme Games or the Venice Vacation games. And then you have Fiona and Elise, who just got announced on Monday. But it made me wonder who are going to be the last 3 characters. Now, of course, some speculations is going to be Hanukkah and Marie, because they are the poster girls of the Dead or Alive franchise, and maybe Kasumi, because she is the mascot of the Dead or Alive franchise. But if they're going in the direction that this is a brand new game and they want to have a brand new experience with brand new characters, I thought of other characters that could possibly be the next characters. And one of the characters that I think is going to be the next one is Meg. Why? Because she's a brand new character for Venice Vacation. She just got an announcement for a brand new skin, a swimsuit outfit, and the fact that she was just announced previously, I'm sure they're going to want to use her more to promote her so more people know about her. Again, I want to take all this for the grain of salt. I'm not saying that these will be the characters. I'm just saying these are possibility choices for the last 3 characters, or they could go with something completely different. But Meg being a very cute character, a brand new character, someone that they're promoting right now for Venice Vacation for the game, it would only make sense for her to be a character that they use for the game to also promote both games for people to enjoy it. Now, if you come down a little bit later down here, when they start talking about Venice Vacation, and here is Meg right here in her beautiful new swimsuit. She's super kawaii and adorable. They also talk about stuff that you get in Venice Vacation. Let me get to the trailer that's still more. Yeah. So here's Meg right here, them showing her off. She's super cute, kawaii, in her swimsuit outfit, and you know, have you open your eyes and you see her having nice little fun, and she's just super cute and adorable. A super kawaii. She even has a little tattoo of Venice Vacation on her thigh, which is very, very super cute. I can't even talk anymore. But the thing is, that's who I think is going to be the next character they announce. Now, if they don't choose Meg, which I wouldn't be too surprised, then other characters that they could possibly go through is either Luna, who's a very popular character right now. The next character they could possibly go with is Luna, who's a very popular character. And right now, it is her birthday within Venice Vacation, which they just did an announcement for her in the game, so she could be the next character that they announced within the game. Or Kaharu, who's another character that's super cute, and the reason why I am leaning to her being a next character, if you scroll down to the trivia, it says, if you scroll down to the trivia, according to Sakuta, I think that's how you say that. I probably pronounced that wrong. I'm so sorry. In his commentary during Famitsu coverage of the 4th anniversary, Kaharu was created mostly to satisfy the development staff's request for a cute girl who could readily identify as a Japanese. He elaborated that Kaharu's motivation was to be like her mother regarding her actions. So the fact that she was created specifically as the staff created, she could also be the next character to be in the game. Now, the only reason why I feels like she would also be a good candidate for the game is if you scroll down a little bit more on the Venice Vacation Twitter. Now, I, of course, take all this for the grain of salt again. This could be just me speculating and guessing. You can see that Kaharu is one of the characters here with Elise, and Elise was just announced for the game. So if we're going off of any speculations that Elise was the next character, that Kaharu could be the next character as well. But that also makes me wonder if Nanami will also be another candidate for the game, because she was also on that same shower scene with Kaharu and Elise. And it makes me wonder if she's going to be the next character. Now, her trivia doesn't really say anything too lavish to make it seem like she's going to be one of the characters, but she does have a big connection with Masaki and Nagisa and a lot of other characters within the game, so it makes me wonder if she will be chosen. The last two characters that I think could possibly be the next characters is Tamaki, who is a very popular character, and of course Nagisa, who is Masaki's older sister. Now, these are all the characters that I could think that could be the next third character. Now, if they choose to go with being still a Dead or Alive game, Hanukkah and Marie most likely will be the last two characters if they want to bring Dead or Alive fans into the game. But if they want to go completely different and make it seem like they don't want to be a Dead or Alive game but use the name, then all these other characters could be the potential of the next characters that's in the lineup. So Mag, Luna, Kaharu, Tamaki, Nagisa, or Nanami could be the potential next characters you see in the next trailer. So what we'll just have to wait and see what we see when the next trailer comes out. But that is all the information that I have for right now for Venice Vacation Prism Dead or Alive Extreme. I went deep into this game, and I'm invested on where it goes in the future. I want to know who's the next character is going to be. I want to know what more activities you'll be doing on these days besides just doing photography. What is the platforms is going to be sold on? Is it going to be sold in Western countries that's not using a VPN? These are questions that needs to be addressed and known if people are going to be investing their time and money into this game. Now, for people who are true degenerates and fans of fan service games, they will do what they need to go and get their favorite fan service games. And, you know, using PlayAsia or AmiAmi or DMM games will be the most likely choice. But whenever new information comes out, I'll be here to let you guys know. I'll probably be chilling on Dead or Alive for right now until we get another character or new information that's really groundbreaking for me to make another video about it, because it feels like I made a lot recently. But I'm invested. Truly invested on seeing where this goes. I'm probably going to be buying the game. I am going to be buying the game and covering it when it does come out, probably stream it, all this other stuff, and seeing all the lovely things that you could do within the game. But that is for another day. But for now, let me know how you guys feel about all this information. Does it make sense to you? Are you mad, sad, happy? Whatever it may be, what characters would you like to see in the game is your choice. Let me know all that in the comments down below, because I would love to know what you think. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you guys would love to help me get to 10K by the end of the year, hit that like button, subscribe, because with your help, I could definitely do that. That is my end of the year goal to try to reach, and really appreciate you guys helping me with that. You've been going crazy on the recent videos, and I really do thank you guys, because I've been busting my butt along with my editor. She's been busting her butt as well. And we've been trying to make some good content for you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching, giving me your time, and I will see you guys in the next video next time. Bye me.